Hi everybody, welcome to the News OK Planet 46 Comics Podcast. I'm Matt Price, I'm here with Kyle Roberts. Kyle, what's going on this week?
We've got a video game music video, 24-hour comic day is coming up, and Decoded returns to TV.
All right, very cool. So, hey, tell me about this music video because it's one of your stop motion things, and it's a nearly unpronounceable band name, so I'm going to let you say it so I don't say it wrong.
It's the Nghiems, Nghiems.
Okay.
It's pronounced Nghiems. And yeah, basically, they approached me with this. They're from Norman, Oklahoma, and they said, hey, we want to do a music video. They found some of my stop motion stuff. They said, we want to do a music video about us playing an arcade game of ourselves. And I said, absolutely, I am all about this. And so we've actually spent the last 4 months working on it. And it's kind of an early 90s X-Men, Ninja Turtles type arcade game. And they're playing it of themselves. So that's releases Saturday.
Very cool, and you can check it out on Kyle's YouTube channel. And that leads us kind of to our question of the day.
Yeah, what is your favorite NES, Nintendo video game?
That's right, there were some classic ones, and I'm sure there are many Super Marios to choose from.
What's yours?
I don't know, my Mario's so good. I mean, I also like things like NBA Jam that was on multiple systems, but NBA
I don't think that was quite NES.
You could play it on the NES, couldn't it? Or was it Super NES?
I think it was Super.
Yeah, you're probably right. Probably Super NES. Okay, let's say Mario.
Okay, Mario? Yeah, I mean, you can't beat Mario. But I really like Excite Bike.
Yeah,
I'll go with that. Because that was one of the first games you can create your own levels and stuff like that. So
Castlevania anyways?
I think so.
I like Castlevania.
All right.
Hey, 24-Hour Comics Day is this Saturday, and this is a deal where you can sign up at 24hourcomicsday.com and try to create a comic in 24 hours in a row. You can find out if there's an event hosting location near you also there. And this is sponsored by Comics Pro, the comic book retailer organization. It's a cool deal. It's totally free, so check it out. If you don't think you can draw and write for 24 hours straight, you can just check on the internet, watch other people do it. That's kind of fun too. Yeah. And then, hey, I talked to Brad Meltzer, the writer who wrote Identity Crisis and a really good run on Green Arrow. And he is doing a show called Decoded. We watched it last season where they had some really interesting looks at mysteries like the D.B. Cooper mystery and things like that. They're coming back for a second season. This time they're going to go overseas too. So they're going to look at like a mystery of World War II and a mystery about the Vatican and some different cool stuff. He talked about getting to go overseas to do the show. So let's listen to a clip from him.
You know, last year there were things we just couldn't do because of budget. When you're a first season show, then, you know, and I said, hey, listen, I really would love to go look at this thing for Adolf Hitler. They said to me, that's great, Brad. We're not flying the crew and the cast and everyone over to Europe for a show that we don't know if it's going to work. And once it worked, they said, you know what, give us your bigger mysteries now. And so we do Adolf Hitler, and we do the Vatican, and we go to Europe, and we go to Italy, and we go to Germany. I mean, you know, it becomes this incredible adventure now.
So anyway, that starts next week on the History Channel. You can check that out there.
Awesome. All right, let's get into the review file. There were a ton of comics this week. We say that some weeks when there really are a ton of comics, but there is a lot.
There is a lot. Again, at my store, we looked at this week, and this is the most comics we've gotten in the 13 years we've been there.
Wow.
So a lot of stuff, a lot of great comics.
So obviously, if you like comics, which hopefully you do if you're watching this video, it's a good week to be at the comic store.
So yeah, so I wore my Superman tie, kind of for Superman #1, and also Superman HeroClix. Are you familiar with the HeroClix game? Yeah, there's a new Superman set out for that as well.
Cool.
So a cool Superman day. Well, let's go ahead and talk about Ultimate Comics SpiderMan to kind of kick things off. Brian Michael Bendis, Sarah Pichelli, Justin Ponzer. This is Miles Morales continuing sort of the origin. He's trying to figure out what the heck has happened to him. And it's just great dialogue and a really cool superhero origin. Love this book. It's so good. Recommend checking that one out.
Awesome. And then we got All-Star Western.
That's right. This is Justin Gray and Jimmy Palmiotti, and Moratop provides the art. This is
part of the New 52 as well.
This is part of the New 52. This is Jonah Hex back in 1880s Gotham investigating a serial killer.
That's awesome.
So that is pretty cool.
And Flash #1.
Yeah, this is Francis Manipool, Brian Busolato, and this is a mystery. Barry Allen is a kind of a CSI crime tech kind of guy, and he's also the Flash. He finds out this murder victim appears to be somebody he knew in the past, but then that just opens up an even deeper mystery. Really good sense of speed, really good art. So yeah, so you could pick up I, Vampire.
My favorite comic of the week.
A new horror one with some really great art. You got the classic Neil Adams drawing the new Avengers. Neil Adams is one of the most famous comic book artists of all time. And of course, we kind of mentioned briefly, Jeff Johns, Ivan Rice, the Blackest Night team are back on Aquaman. And Jeff Johns does a really good job kind of addressing the fact that a lot of people think Aquaman is kind of a joke character. In fact, somebody kind of says to Aquaman things like, hey, don't you talk to fish just in the course of this issue? And he's like, so a really great issue that has some neat Aquaman stuff in it as well. So,
cool.
Man, you should go to the comic book store because we didn't even talk about everything. There's more stuff we could talk about, but it was a ton of great stuff.
Do you even have a pick? I mean, is it kind of 3 or 4 picks?
Man, there's a lot. Yeah, no kidding. I'll throw it to Aquaman because it exceeded my expectations. But yeah, I mean, you could easily go in and buy 5-10 comics this week, no problem.
Great, cool, that's awesome.
All right, cool. So hey, come back next week. We'll have more comic book and movie news. I am Matt Price. This is Kyle Roberts. Thanks for watching.